blessed Jesus, look at that.
Call it coincidence, divine power, or just luck, but people have captured unbelievable moments on camera.
Oh, I've never seen nothing like it in my life.
From falling angels to departing souls, and even what many believe to be Jesus appearing. These are miracles no one would have believed if they weren't caught on camera.
Oh, blessed Jesus, look at that.
A visitor at a Catholic church in Sacramento, California, witnessed what many are calling a real-time miracle. On August 17th, 2025, shortly after the service ended and most attendees had left, a few remaining people saw a bright, human-like silhouette appear inside the church. It mysteriously formed out of thin air and slowly moved toward the center, turning as if observing those present. The witness managed to capture only part of this astonishing event on camera. Some believe the glowing figure was an angel, while others think it was Jesus himself. The details of this extraordinary incident remain unclear to this day. Heavenly Visitor.
I'd like for us to turn to Daniel chapter 3.
On January 12, 2016, during a ministry conference at the Lockmiller Ministries in Lathrop, Missouri, the recording attendee caught something very interesting on his camera. Only minutes into the conference, as the speaker preached, a mysterious silhouette started to appear in the form of a glow of the lighted bulb. The spectacle, for some reason, was only noticeable through the camera lens, causing everyone to only see later on.
In Daniel chapter 3, the Lord, unbelievable without a hint of smoke on it.
The silhouette was referred to as that of a heavenly visitor or an angel who made an appearance, which was taken as a divine sign that convinced everyone attending of being on the right path.
But think about Daniel chapter 3, about the 3 Hebrew children.
Divine intervention.
Do you want to see this?
During a funeral service that was being held at St. John Brebeuf Church in Niles, Illinois, on September 13th, 2014, where one of the attendees not only saw, but also filmed a bizarre development that occurred in between. On the left side of the church, a glowing silhouette appeared first in a faded light, before it gradually got brighter, before disappearing abruptly, and no, this wasn't the sun. Similar in another incident that happened on October 5th, 2019, where, during worship, a few people saw something and asked security to check if there was any recording of it. Here is what was recorded on at least one of the cameras at Vineyard Church of Anaheim. An angel flies over the worshipers.
There's something that they...
Oh, what's that?
Open sky revelation.
Oh, blessed Jesus, look at that.
While it would be normal to expect only divine signs, sometimes a direct revelation tends to occur out in the open sky. Pedestrians in Alabama were caught by surprise on July 27, 2025, when they noticed a gigantic glowing silhouette appear very low in the sky.
They're real clear in here, look.
Yeah, you can see them, can't you?
Look at that.
Yeah.
From the shape, movement, and magical changing of colors, it gave every witness the vibe of this being an angelic figure or a revelation of some kind. Some even started calling this to be appearing of Christ as part of signaling it to be a huge positive sign.
I
See a band of angels, Lord, they're coming after me.
Glowing angel or spirit. At a time of cave exploration, a group of individuals discovered the presence of a magical figure inside of a cave. The clip was taken on 7th February 2024, somewhere in Mexico, where a very bright sunlight-like type figure made an appearance as they reached the deepest part of the cave. Though its nature was not known as it appeared, with a face that was looking right at them peacefully, without any hostile intent, until it gradually disappeared. It looked quite divine, but was missing any wings to actually be an angel. Considering how devils or demons aren't anything like this, it is likely possible that they accidentally disturbed or awakened an ancient spirit. Dropping down angel. A CCTV camera that was installed in downtown Kampong Glam, Singapore, on September 26, 2011, captured an angelic figure that appeared for a millisecond before disappearing. The angel had a glowing presence that illuminated everything around it, including itself, with a slight black shape in the center of the glow, likely its head, convincing many that this indeed was an angel. After descending briefly and vanishing just as quickly, The effect was so sudden and unexpected that many bystanders rushed to the spot to investigate. Did this angel drop down intentionally or accidentally is unknown. Soul of a hero. On November 21st in Davao del Norte, a chilling yet awe-inspiring sight left witnesses speechless. Chanel Gutierrez, filming a rescue attempt, captured what appeared to be a white, ghostly figure gliding just above the water's surface. The figure's presence was unmistakable, as if the man's spirit lingered beyond the mortal realm. The tragedy involved Dondon, who had drowned while bravely saving a stray dog. Though he succeeded in pushing the animal to safety, he slipped into deeper waters and was lost. As rescuers scrambled to reach him, the haunting vision of his soul hovering above the water left everyone present shivering, a solemn reminder of courage and the mysteries beyond life. Divine glow. A moment of baptism took a very unexpected magical turn that could only be best described as divine. A video taken and uploaded in January 2023, where a priest who was baptizing a man and as both entered the water started to glow brighter by every second that passed until the moment they returned. If you notice how the glowing effect isn't seen anywhere on the water, is proof that this wasn't some kind of reflection, rather indeed a divine glow that befell them. Blinking statue. On November 3rd, 2016, a video emerged from a cathedral in Mexico that left viewers around the world astonished. During a quiet moment of prayer, a worshiper captured footage of a massive crucifix of Jesus appearing to open its eyes before slowly closing them again. The unexpected movement stunned the witness and quickly spread online, sparking awe and debate. Many Christians interpreted the event as a divine message, a reminder of faith, repentance, and the nearness of the second coming, while others struggled to explain what they had seen. Glowing priest. What seemed like an ordinary church event in Romania on the 26th of June 2024, until it turned out to be completely different, however. Crowds stood in long queues before an Orthodox clergyman. A radiant glow surrounded him so bright it nearly hid his face. The light lingered around him like a shining barrier. As he scattered holy water, worshippers approached and kissed the cross he carried. Some thought the glow was the Holy Spirit, a sign of God's presence with him. Others believed it was divine intervention, where God himself revealed a miracle. The video closed with the priest still shining. Exiting soul. On the 24th of October 2021, an installed home surveillance camera in a small Indonesian town of Ubud caught a sad moment as it unfolded. It showed the owner whose soul left his body while he was still asleep. Initially, the silhouette in the clip was thought to be of a ghost, seeing how quickly it appeared and disappeared, until later it was learned that the man had actually passed away, with this being his soul that peacefully left the body. Summoning angel. A hospital's security camera captured a remarkable scene late one night, showing a terminally ill elderly woman seemingly visited by a mysterious, otherworldly presence. After reviewing the footage and confirming with nurses that the woman had been alone in her ward, just when this radiant figure beside her makes an appearance, one that many believe could only be an angel. The glowing presence appeared to stand quietly at her side, as if guiding a faithful soul toward a serene passing from this world. Spiritual exchange. A CCTV camera footage from a parking lot somewhere in Shagahi, China, caught a very dramatic and terrifying moment on camera. The clip, dated May 21st, 2022, shows two young men walking in opposite directions, where a spiritual being appeared coming from the inside of one of them and entering into the other, which almost looked like a body swap. It is unclear if this was a ghost or a demon, but it definitely looked to be in need of changing its host. Glowing silhouette. While on a trip, a TikTok user visiting a rural retreat on the island of Kefalonia, Greece, made an unexpected discovery on July 11th, 2024. While exploring a cave beside a nearby waterfall, the traveler encountered a mysterious glowing silhouette that appeared out of nowhere. It stood out staring towards the TikTok without making any movement. However, the user was terrified of the moment that he was able to get a much closer or clearer look at the nature of this silhouette. While most would like to think this was an angel due to the glowing nature when it could also be a supernatural entity. Met with Jesus.
I just wanted to share that I saw Jesus face to face.
Back in June 2022, a woman named Tina Hines, who had a cardiac arrest that left her unconscious for over 28 minutes, shared her story of having met Jesus Christ in heaven.
The unbelievable rest and peacefulness of what I was experiencing was Jesus.
She added that while her body fought for survival and returned to life only moments after she was declared deceased, what truly caught everyone's attention and made this story so astonishing was that he was discharged from the hospital the very same day, something nearly impossible, as even patients who recover smoothly without complications usually remain admitted for at least 3 to 5 days. Angel in a picture.
I got an angel, and my camera took a picture of an angel.
Back in May 2018, a motion-activated camera in Charlevoix County, Michigan, captured a picture of very unexpected passerby. It showed a large humanoid-shaped figure with wings flying off on top of the homeowner's truck. He instantly thought and believed it to be an angel, which even his pastor agreed to be the case. This documented incident is what convinced them to see it as a sign of blessing in disguise, even though not everyone believed it was an angel.
I looked at the photo, I just kind of freaked out a bit. I went like, whoa, that's an angel!
Virgin Mary apparition. In November 2023, churchgoers in Acapulco, Mexico, got to experience a very unexpected yet magical miracle. They noticed tears falling from the eyes of the Virgin Mary, almost as if it were real or came to life. Initially, it was brushed off by most bystanders that someone may have intentionally dropped holy water until the source of the video took a much closer and longer look at it. In another incident, an apparition of the Virgin Mary was sighted in the skies of Vietnam on January 20th, 2009, as it was spotted in the middle of the sky. In a matter of minutes, the Virgin Mary's complete appearance with doves got brighter, making this a complete miracle. Impossible weightlifting. On a quiet street, a passerby recorded an unbelievable scene on camera. A man approached a huge truck and did something no one expected. Using only his bare hands, he pushed the massive vehicle forward with ease, as though it did not weigh at all. The people watching were left speechless. No ordinary person could show such astonishing power. It seemed he was simply clearing a path for the red truck to drive away. The video quickly fueled endless debate. Was the man blessed with extraordinary strength, or was something otherworldly behind it? The truth remains unknown to this day. Guardian Angel.
I'm going to take the monitor up there in a minute and have a look.
At a home in Coimbra, Portugal, on March 16, 2023, a young mother, after noticing strange activity on the baby monitor, hurried to check on her sleeping child. It showed a small, very bright light in the form of a circle which was moving around her child. She couldn't see it with her own eyes, or even with the recording camera of his phone, but only with a baby monitor. At first, she was concerned about its nature and intentions, but later on started to feel it was positive that her little girl was being guarded by an angel. Sign of Jesus. During an open ground ceremony in Cebu City, Philippines, on June 25, 2025, thousands of Christians had gathered in worship. While they were in the midst of their prayers, some of them noticed that a formation started to take place in the sky that looked very much like the silhouette of Jesus Christ on a platform. No one could ignore or brush it off as a coincidence, especially since the shape of the formation and timing were perfect. As everyone started to take notice, they started to feel as if their prayers were being answered during the event. Touch of Angel. A single timely gesture can have an exponential impact, and in this case, it turned out to be life-saving. A strange event was caught by a security camera on the streets of Adana, Turkey, on January 22nd, 2019, showing a mysterious man who, at a moment's notice, warned a shopkeeper in time to save his life. The unknown figure, appearing almost angelic, gently tapped the shopkeeper on the back. As the man turned to see what was happening, he spotted and avoided a heavy metal door bar swinging open just as a truck drove past. Falling Angel. On March 7th, 2023, a resident near Cilandak Town Square in Jakarta, Indonesia, was astonished to witness something unusual descending from the sky. It wasn't a drone or an aircraft, but a winged humanoid figure that resembled an angel, briefly visible before vanishing into the clouds. Witnesses speculated whether the being had been sent for a divine mission on Earth or as a warning for humanity to change its ways. Regardless of differing beliefs, the mysterious sighting left everyone in awe, questioning the true nature and purpose of what they had seen. Shifting dimensions. Up in the skies of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, a local noticed a lighted signature that was fast descending. The recording, dated 8th October 2024, shows a white-winged, angel-like figure that looked as if it was falling, but not straight down towards the earth ground. It looked as if falling across the sky, just as in being pulled from one world or dimension to another. This started speculation among some of the viewers with regard to this being signs of the end of the world. Cloud Walker. In Brazil, a bystander was amazed to notice something unusual gliding across the cloudy sky. When he zoomed in with his camera, the figure appeared to be a man calmly walking on the clouds. The footage quickly spread, leaving viewers astonished, some suggesting it might be an angel or a spiritual being revealing itself. Remarkably, only days later, residents in China reported witnessing a similar glowing figure striding across the heavens. With such sightings occurring in different countries, many began to wonder if these were mere visual illusions or evidence of something far more mysterious and unexplainable. Weird light ball. The doorbell camera of a residence in Houston, Texas, captured a very unusual light signature or ball that appeared. It had no flow of light, rather was a rounded shape, hovering as it even passed through the glass, which wouldn't have been possible otherwise if this were some lighted object. The camera even detected a face here, which isn't exactly visible here. However, just by its nature and the way it was moving, it is an unbelievable phenomenon in itself. Portal jump. This very old footage that was uploaded on TikTok on the 5th of November 2022, showing a case of portal opening. In the video, a man can be seen casually walking until he suddenly disappears with a bright flash of light, only to reappear on the side of the road as if it were a dodging mechanism used on his part. With the original date of video recording to the source of the video being unknown, there is only a little information about the incident. Twitching statue. This statue of Jesus was made a millennium ago and put on display, where something unbelievable happened. A visiting bystander thought he saw the display statue moving, so he took his camera out to film it. Seconds into the recording, he caught a moment where the supposed statue can be seen twitching by the eyes momentarily, almost as if it were an actual person playing pretend. Such a thing can either be classified as something paranormal or a divine sign. Real teleportation. A home security camera captured much more than expected. When the owner reviewed the footage, he was left completely speechless. Someone had entered the backyard of the house, but their identity was hidden beneath layers of clothing. The figure approached a corner, picked something up from the ground, and slowly stepped back. As the object rested in his hand, it began to shine intensely, and within seconds, the man vanished. Yes, really gone without a trace. Could it have been some kind of portal allowing him to disappear unnoticed? Even the owner had no idea what that strange object was. Miraculous apparition.
My reaction immediately was, it's Mary, they hear us. You know, it's...
Back in May 2013, a family in Kirtland, Ohio, was astonished when a photo of their daughter, Erin Potter, then battling leukemia, appeared to show a glowing figure resembling the Virgin Mary behind her. The image captured Erin running through a field at night, sprinklers in hand, with the red, ghostly form hovering near her shoulder. Erin's mother, Jen Potter, believed the figure was no coincidence, but a sign that their prayers were being heard and her daughter was being protected. At the time, Erin was preparing for a second bone marrow transplant after multiple relapses. She later recovered and became cancer-free, continuing to inspire her family with her courage and strength.
I know she's not alone, I know we're not alone, and people who don't want to believe it,
Signs in the sky. While some dismissed it as a strange coincidence, others viewed it as a divine message from the Creator. In 2008, residents of a Russian town were astonished to see a cloud formation in the shape of a cross high in the sky. Likewise, on March 16, 2018, people in Aurangabad witnessed the word Allah, meaning God in Arabic, appearing repeatedly in the sky, first through a lightning strike, then through the arrangement of clouds, as if written by a celestial hand. The phenomenon sparked heated debates between believers who saw it as a sacred sign, and skeptics who insisted it was merely a natural coincidence. Cross in the sky.
Лена Анатольевна, мы вот сами не можем поверить. Мы пошли погулять.
On the night of January 6th, 2025, Orthodox Christmas Eve, a mysterious phenomenon appeared over Rybinsk, Russia. Witnesses captured footage of a radiant, cross-shaped light suspended above the Transfiguration Cathedral, shining brightly and unmistakably against the dark winter sky as if deliberately placed there. Crowds gathered to watch and record the spectacle, and within hours, social media was flooded with speculation. Some hailed it as a divine Christmas sign, while others argued it was merely a natural light effect or an atmospheric illusion. Regardless of the explanation, the luminous cross seemed almost too precise and timely to dismiss as a simple coincidence.
И вот здесь вот такая вот...
Rotating shiny orbs. In October 2023, an incident was filmed on top of a hilly landscape showing the sudden appearance of two very bright objects or figures on top of the city. They both looked to be rotating around the city repeatedly for hours, where, due to a lack of much visual or behavioral changes, could not be properly identified. However, locals believed that this sighting was of angels who were physically safeguarding the city. Sudden disappearance. A man at the beach was enjoying the waves when he spotted a flock of birds gliding above the ocean. As he watched, something unbelievable occurred. The birds began to fade away, vanishing into thin air. 1 second, they were visible. The next, they were gone. The observer was baffled. Maybe a mystical portal had appeared, drawing them into another realm without flight, or a sudden teleportation took place. Whatever the cause, he knew no one would believe the tale without evidence, so he hurried to record the event on camera. Angel cloud. An early morning walker in Dayton, Ohio, noticed a sudden formation of clouds in what was a clear sky. They took the shape exactly to that of an angel and appeared at a visible edge of the portal, and even descended gradually on the right side. The sighting was so sudden that the walker had to film a glimpse of it with the camera. Interestingly enough, this cloud or angel was only present for about a minute. Then it was gone, giving the feeling like it popped down just to say hello. Demonic cloud silhouette. Among all kinds of cloud formations that we may be directly or indirectly seen, this couldn't have happened randomly. On the 2nd of October 2025, A driver was near the Central Expressway in Dallas, Texas, when a huge, bizarre, demonic entity appeared in the form of a dark cloud. The timing and the perfected shape structure made it clear that this wasn't something random, but a presence made by a demonic spirit or entity. The driver stopped his vehicle and decided to wait it out instead of taking the risk of going any nearer or passing by.
75. He's just moving. What am I looking?
Passing away soul. One of the emergency response crew members, who, after doing his part, captured something interestingly out of the ordinary. Video dating to April 12, 2025, where a patient who was being life-flighted was in a very critical condition, who, within a matter of seconds, had passed away. The giveaway was obvious, where the departing soul of that patient was seen on the lens of the camera as it exited the heli and was seen going up in the sky. The source only noticed this much later while reviewing the video and shared it online, garnering viral attention. Voice of Jesus. During a Holy Mass consecration in a mass in Battery Park, NY, on June 11, 2003, a divine intervention occurred. At the time of preaching, the voice of the host suddenly changed completely, almost as if he was taken over by Jesus.
This is my body, which will be given up for you.
After a brief message that is clearly stated, the priest gets back in control with his real tone of voice, which makes the moment for him, the large crowd of attendees, and viewers deep and emotional. Initially, no one noticed this divine intervention, at least until the sudden change of voice of the priest.
Take this, all of you, and eat it.
Active cathedral energy. On top of a cathedral steeple in Poland, this very interesting development took place. A video from April 1st, 2025, showed what was first thought to be some lights, but when it was reported that no such lights were installed on the premises, the theory quickly changed to it actually being the energy of the ether that was somehow activated. Bystanders and churchgoers started to believe that they were living in the times of Revelation, with cathedrals not being just places of worship. The upload of the footage resulted in an exponential increase in visitors at the church who were looking for their prayers to get answered. Back to life. The eerie scene was captured by a CCTV camera in a hospital morgue in the Russian city of Beslan. The video that was taken on January 25, 2022, was a terrifying, if not impossible, happened after a man who was declared to have expired but was pending autopsy. While lying on the altar, the security camera that was filming caught the moment when one of his hands started moving around the white sheet, only seconds before he got up, as if he was getting up from sleep and started walking around. Spirit monk. A recently released video sparked intense online debates, capturing a religious ritual attended by several monks. At first, everything appeared ordinary, until one monk performed an unusual hand gesture. Nearby, a large container of water started moving by itself, with no spoon or any visible stirring tool. The clip quickly went viral, leaving viewers amazed. Some argued the monk might be practicing ancient spiritual techniques, like those of Tibetan monks, while others claimed he had mystical abilities, similar to Shaolin monks. Rumors even circulated that he had summoned spirits, using their power to move the water. Open discussion.
Oh, blessed Jesus, look at that.
This picture and video were taken on the 22nd of August, 2025, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where a kind of appearance was made by Jesus in the sky that gathered a crowd. There were far too many things going on at the same time that it couldn't be ruled out as a coincidence, starting from the very detailed shape, formation, timing, to a circular shiny ring on top of the head.
Yeah, you can see him, can't you?
Look at that.
Yeah.
All of this pointed to an actual case of Jesus making a kind of in-person appearance. The moment gathered hundreds of Christians who were mesmerized by the incident. However, no much was convered on this incident. But if you do have additional information, feel free to share with us down in the comments. The video has definitely reached its end. I will see you again with another wow video. Until then, you can check these other videos out for a wow dose of entertainment and knowledge.
They're deeper in the clouds. It's so hard to look at.